Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Very quickly, just to follow up on what was said prior to me. For instance, the UN recognized what they refer to as Israel in 1947, giving 55% of Palestinian land to Jewish migrants from, or settlers from mainland Europe, entering into Palestinian land, giving them 55%. What does that tell you about the UN? So when Mr. McGuinness was mentioning the end of the Labour Party, it's in fact what we should be calling for is the end of the international system. The entire system is corrupt from its core, and that is what needs to be called out. But when we make this division, what we need to take to account, for instance, recently Tommy Robinson held this flop protest in London, but these patriots were carrying the Israeli flag. Does that make any sense? That you want to make Britain great again? I would like to ask, when was it great in the first place? Was it in the time of Victoria, Queen Victoria, the imperialist, or was it great when you had the people fighting for their rights in the 1900s? He doesn't talk about the slums. These were slums. Birmingham was a slum before the Pakistani migrants came here and helped in rebuilding Birmingham. Our ancestors will tell you, my grandfather was recruited into the British Army in what is today called Pakistan, and he was sent to Burma to fight. That is why he ended up here. But they will tell you that when they say Britain was great, the white working class people were not in a great form at that time. They were in a bad state. So Tommy Robinson, you're making fake history up about how Britain was great. Yes, it was great for the imperialist rulers at the time, but it wasn't great for the working people of this country. In fact, when people arrived, when the migrants arrived, they were shocked how the working class white people didn't even have shoes to wear, post-World War II. So today, the only institute that was great in this country, which is the NHS, they want to destroy the NHS. They want to finish the only great thing that was given to the working class people at that time, at post-World War II. But what did they have pre-World War II? Now, how does that even relate to Israel? Why they call me anti-Semitic is because sometimes I call out things like saying Rothschild family, the banking family, and I'm not going down the domain of conspiracy theories. I'm talking facts that the Rothschild banking family purchased land in Palestine pre-1900 with the project which I refer to as the Bankers Project. Why did I refer to it as the Bankers Project? Because the Rothschild family is a banking family, and they happen to be Jewish, and they happen to be Zionist. At that time, when the Balfour Declaration was written in 1917, it was addressed to whom? To Mr. Rothschild of that time. And that is what I pointed out. Now, they want to refer to that as anti-Semitic, but Benjamin Netanyahu is as Semitic as my neighbor's dog. Yes, he's not Semitic. The man's Polish. Yes, you want to talk about immigration, you want to talk about Tommy Robinson has to realize the world is not divided on racial lines. It's divided in accordance with modern capitalism. This is why the Arabs are behaving in the way they are behaving. You go to Mecca, so you guys haven't been to Mecca, but you go to Mecca, why are Muslims performing tawaf, which is the circumambulation around the Kaaba, and then going to McDonald's afterwards? Does that even make any logical sense? Why are they having Coca-Cola? Before the current system, what happened in Mecca, if you went as a poor person, the Caliph, they would have subsidized hotels for the people. The people who arrived were poor. Now what are they doing? They are building Hilton Hotel in Medina, in Mecca. And this is a capitalist system. That is why there is no military action. And I call for military action, as people who are familiar with me, over a decade ago, and the Jewish Chronicles, which should be renamed. It shouldn't be called the Jewish Chronicles, it should be called the Zionist Chronicles. But this Jewish Chronicles, rag newspaper, they covered the story. It was a shock to their system that this cleric is calling for military intervention. I was in fact calling upon the Pakistani army to intervene. Now the good thing that we do have in Pakistan is a tribal system where everyone can actually send a message to the general at the top. You can reach them. It's very easy to do so. But I call for military action then. Okay, we address all these capitalist Arabs and capitalist states surrounding Palestine today. If they are not willing to intervene militarily, which they cannot as well, the bombing of Doha demonstrated they cannot even muster a defense of their own countries. But the minimum what you should do, okay, I'm not calling for military intervention. I'm calling for you to just open your borders. Open the borders. Mr. Erdogan, if you open the Turkish borders, you opened the Turkish borders to carry out a revolution in Syria. Yes, you allowed thousands of fighters to enter for a NATO war. You allowed and permitted even people who joined ISIS from here, from the UK, they were allowed to enter the Turkish border and enter Syria to destabilize Syria. But all of a sudden, Mr. Erdogan, you close the borders down now when it comes to Palestine. Similarly, the Jordanians, Malik al-Bandura, Abdullah, the king of Jordan, they call him the king of tomatoes. Malik Bandura, he trained people, trained fighters to enter Syria. They were trained in Jordan. But now when it comes to Palestine, the borders are what? Closed. And I will tell you, the IDF are not brave. They are not brave fighters. Because Gaza has demonstrated that people who are not militarily as equipped as what they refer to the Israeli diaper force, they are not as militarily equipped, the resistance fighters, yet the resistance fighters have demonstrated that they can take on the military force of Israel, which is backed today by Donald Trump. And we would want to ask, what has happened to Donald Trump? Is it the Epstein files? What is it? What has happened to Donald Trump? Of course, he was a bad one from the onset. He was the one who declared Jerusalem as being the capital for Israel, an illegal move on any account, according to their so-called international law and in accordance with our Islamic law. Donald Trump, what has happened to Donald Trump? Why is Donald Trump acquiescing to all the requests of Israel? These are the questions that need to be asked regarding the international system, which is a decadent system. It favors the elite over the underclass. It's not a north and south divide. It's not, do not look at it as a racial divide. It's some people will say it's a class divide, but it's to do with those who have money and those who do not have money. The Middle Eastern regimes, some of them, the oil regimes, have money. That is why they are deemed as human beings. But those who are deemed as subhuman are the ones who do not have that money. They do not have the resources or the military resources or the financial resources, all these type of resources. This is why I did call for a 1 million man march years ago. There's an old video that again perhaps went on Memory TV. Those of you who are not familiar with Memory TV is a channel, a former Mossad channel. So Mossad, they have a TV station called Memory TV. They make clips of people to create awareness amongst the Jewish population of what they refer to as Israel, which currently is as brainwashed as the Germans were during Nazi rule. Currently, those people are as brainwashed. The propaganda, they believe in everything. They are brainwashed the way the Germans were under fascist Nazi rule. So, Memory TV, they placed that I call for a 1 million man march. Okay, if we cannot convince those compromised militaries to take an intervention militarily into Palestine today, we call upon the next step. What is the next step? The next step is open up your borders. Open up your borders. Open up Turkey, the border between Syria and Turkey, Erdogan. Similarly, Ahmed al-Shara, open up the Syrian border. Similarly, Jordan, open up your borders, and we will have a civilian 1 million man march into what is occupied Palestine today. They cannot kill millions of people who decide to march back into Palestine. The Palestinians alone, who were evicted from the Nakba in 1948, they alone are sufficient. But I'm saying no, let's call for an international march into Palestine today, and then we will see the response of the international decadent order that we have.
Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.